All right, lovers. Yes, I'm underneath my kitchen table. Don't ask me why. I'm an only child. I do weird things in little nooks. It's a thing. It's a thing. A lot of only children will understand this. But anyway, welcome back. And if you're new here, my name is Carolyn Gray. I am the owner of this channel, and I discuss all things fashion as well as my life as an entrepreneur here living in New York City. I typically post on Tuesdays and Fridays. And today we're going to talk about something that touches on all the businesses that I have. I have a Noir Bud CBD business. I also run my own personal brand. It's Carolyn Gray as a content creator, and I also do image consulting for individuals and brands. But I've been getting this question a lot lately because I kind of came out the gate swinging in January, at the top of this January, just with all this content and just doing the things step by step. And I was really intentional about that. And a lot of people have been asking me, like, how are you doing all this content? So we're going to talk about how I prepare to do content. Truth be told, I started planning in November. I really was thinking about, you know, my full year, and it was pretty slow. Last year was pretty slow for me, and there was a lot of stuff going on. And I think a lot of people were going through the absolute most in 2022. Like, it dragged us. And I think, you know, I got to close to the end of the year, and I'm like, damn, like, I felt like I missed out on certain opportunities. I felt like I was behind on posting things. I was always last minute with everything. You know, I would think of an idea last minute for a holiday for Noir Bud to post or for myself to post, and I would just do it. I was never really happy with my output. And it was because of poor preparation and planning, and it just wasn't existent. So instead of like really just being down and out and beating myself up about it, I sat myself down in November and I said, what are all the things that you wish you would have did differently? What months did it happen in? And how would you do it? And I literally sat down for about a week, every day for a week, and I planned my intentions for the full 2023 year, because I am determined to have a very different feeling than I did in 2022 fourth quarter this year. And I said, I need to promise myself that I'm going to plan effectively and follow this, because sometimes it's not so much having the motivation to complete tasks. It's having discipline and having the structure to do it in. So I've never done that before, but I looked at every month and I thought about, you know, what that month does for people. For instance, like January is a month of renewal and purging and thinking about how you want to do things differently, and you start really setting your intentions, you know. And I thought about what kind of content I wanted to spread out to really convey that message and really relate with my community, because I think we're all on the same page with a lot of things in life, right? So I just really started to think about what each month means to me, and certain events and things that I've missed out on, or opportunities that I've missed out on that happened during certain months, and taking note of that and saying, okay, this month in March, I'm going to prepare for this opportunity that might come up in July. You know what I mean? So that type of thought process. And, you know, like I said, people were looking at my content right now, because I've never really consistently posted on multiple platforms, and with different types of content. So last year I felt really bad that I took 3 months off of YouTube. You know, my uncle died in June, and then I kind of just, like, I don't know, like, I lost my way with it, and I picked it back up late in the year. Also, shout out to all my subscribers. Thank you, family, because now I'm in a YouTube program to monetize now. So that's a new thing, and y'all helped me get there. So thank you. I don't know what it really means. Like, I don't even know what the dollar is per view. Like, child, I don't know any of the details. I just know that I am in a program with AdSense, and I just know people start working with that. Child, I don't know. We're gonna learn this year, okay? So thank you for building me up and riding along with me, because yeah, this is a family. So anyway, but I was like, yo, I definitely want to, like, be consistent with my posting, and I want to bring something to my audience every week, twice a week, without fail. And that's been doing very well since last month. And I also wanted to learn TikTok. And I also wanted to present myself in a way on Instagram where basically I'm creating fashion movies, like what I think of how I look at my wardrobe and my style. I want to bring that out of my head, and I want to make a video out of it. And that's what I wanted to share, along with like the styling videos, along with the wellness and beauty projects that I have as well. I wanted to be a full lifestyle share, especially on Instagram, and now I'm learning TikTok. So I said, all right, you know what you're going to do for your full year. How are you going to prepare this content? So in December, basically the first step that I took was, all right, what's the idea? What's the concept? For instance, TikTok. I didn't even know there was an inbox on TikTok. I didn't know how to respond to people on TikTok. I didn't even know how to find my friends on TikTok. It's a whole new world, okay? And now I got the hang of it. But I was like, how am I going to give TikTok a different type of content than I give on Instagram? And how do I remain consistent with TikTok? And I'm learning now, actually. I'm not doing enough for TikTok, but that's for another conversation. But I said, all right, what can I do that will create some type of community and show something that I'm really passionate about, which is maximizing my wardrobe. I've taken a long time to curate this wardrobe that I'm really proud of. But what I really love the most about every piece in my wardrobe is that I can wear it several different ways. And that is the purpose of a wardrobe. You know, you're not supposed to just wear it once. You're supposed to wear it multiple times and really enjoy it, cost per wear, and really love in it and make memories in your pieces, right? So anyway, I came up with this idea, the concept of using 31 pieces of clothing and to create a wardrobe, a capsule wardrobe, and showing the audience how I make these pieces interchangeable for 31 days, 31 looks, 31 days, 31 pieces of clothing. And I was like, I never really did that in real life before, but I do like this idea and I think it's going to be great. So what I did was think of the idea, conceptualize what that situation is with a deadline. I need to have this concept done by this time so I can roll it out by this time, right? So after creating the concept and the idea, I did a bit of research. I said, okay, now I know what a capsule wardrobe is. I never really had one because I don't know how to act and I have too many pieces for a capsule wardrobe. So how am I going to be really disciplined within this space of doing that? So I had to do some research. I looked up, what's a capsule wardrobe? What does that look like? Is it just, sorry for the siren in the background, but we won't get through this together. But I was like, you know, does it include shoes? Does it include this? And I said, you know, after what I've learned so far about what a capsule wardrobe is, this is what I'm going to make mine to be, which was 31 pieces of clothing and a few shoes. Because I'm like, at this point, accessories and coats are out of the ball game because I'm a New Yorker, okay? You can't tell me how many coats I can have in a capsule. I can have all the coats in the capsule because that's just how we live our life here, okay? So I created my capsule and I said, this is what it's going to be. It does mimic in like a similar foundation as other capsule wardrobes. So I did my research and I did that grit work. So the next phase would be resources, making a list of my needs. What do I need to do this? Obviously, I need the pieces of the wardrobe all put together in one place. I need to take photos and make note of every single piece that I'm using. I need to pull whatever accessories I'm going to get into these videos to just kind of zhuzh the things up and express. You can have a capsule wardrobe and add XYZ accessories. I needed proper lighting. I needed my phone or a camera and a couple of battery charging pieces to make sure that I can get this all done in one setting and get it out the way, right? So I sat there and I really thought about, what do I need to do to make sure that this is done flawlessly, efficiently, and in a way that it doesn't make me second guess myself. You know, sometimes when an area isn't clear enough or I don't have all the pieces in front of me that I need to do a video, I get upset. I start thinking about, oh, I shouldn't even do this. This is annoying. I don't even have enough room. And the crazy thing is, I'm literally recording underneath my kitchen counter. You can do any type of content you want in any space you can think of. Just get creative, but also don't give a damn. Don't give a damn, because you do it now, and in 3 years, you'll have an entire studio that you have several different types of corners and nooks and things that you can create content in, and it's all paid for because of the grit work that you put in. So don't think hard about those types of things. Don't put yourself down about it. And it's not a permanent situation. It's a temporary thing. So anyway, I thought about all the things that I need and I put it in place. And this is the thing. I might be a little crazy. So I said I need 31 outfits, right? I thought of 31 pieces of clothing and I wrote it all down. From there, I started to interchange the outfits and I wrote down every single outfit, 31 outfits with each interchangeable wardrobe piece. And that's how I planned it out in my head, because at the end of the day, these are the pieces I own. I know them. I know how they mix and go with everything else. Obviously, 7 outfits per item. If I don't have 7 outfits in my head, I cannot buy it. But anyway, I skipped that rule a few times in life, and now I kick myself in the butt for it. But anyway, and now I'm like, all right, what's the next thing? Planning it out. Now I have my resources to get it done. Where am I going to shoot it? When am I going to shoot it? Who am I going to shoot it with if I need a whom, right? So I'm going to shoot it in my house. And I'm going to shoot it on the 28th of December so I can edit everything and get it done so I could post it by the 1st of January for that first look out of 31 looks. And that's something that you have to sit there and actually give it time to. I think a lot of people, you know, when they ask me, how do you make the time to do this? Like, how do you have all this time? I'm like, I don't have a lot of time. I make the time and I plan really efficiently prior to me doing anything. It has to make sense. It has to flow. It has to be a manageable project. Otherwise, it's not going to happen. But I make the time. So after I plan it all out, it's time to do it. Like Nike, right? So I do it. I set myself up. I pull all the pieces out. I pull the accessories that need to go with it. And I have my notebook with all my notes, all my outfit, like combinations. And I put it to the side. I set up my light and I make sure my phone is charged because I did everything for TikTok on my phone. And I just lock and load. And literally, when I look back at the videos that I'm doing for TikTok right now, the videos are literally 1 to 2 minutes long because I knew exactly what I was putting on. So when it took time, when it brought me to actually editing the videos down to like 15-30 seconds, it took no time. Because why? I wasn't running around the room looking for this piece. I wasn't second guessing this piece of jewelry or that shoe or it wasn't none of that, because I planned everything and I felt comfortable in the space that I was in. And I said, it is what it is. Whatever, if it doesn't come out the way that I want to, I'm still going to put it out there, because to someone else, this is going to land properly. So I just did it. I did the content that I planned and had the resources for, and I made the space for, and I just did it. And then after that, you edit. You get into the details, you clear some things up, you shorten down the video, you figure out what song you want to put against it, what's your caption going to be, what is the message you want to convey, what are the hashtags. Also, when it comes to editing, which is like a new space for me, is making sure that I have links to the exact item or like items that people I know are going to ask me for, so they can be sent to whatever they need to get. Because they're going to ask for it. Where'd you get that white sweater? I got it from Zara like 3-4 years ago. But I found you an even better one with a better fabric combination and for this price, and it's on sale. So editing is not just shortening down the video and adding transitions and making it look cool. Editing is also making sure that I have all the details for the consumers that are watching my content to have a link or information to get it for themselves if they really like it, if they resonate with it. So when you know that you have to do this type of work, you have a little bit of a different understanding, and it's not as taxing, because you're like, okay, I'm just going to get this information for them. I'm going to lay it all out. I wrote everything down. I can digitalize this and put it into my computer, and then I can make sure that everything has a link. That's why, for example, with the capsule wardrobe content, I wrote every single piece of item down. So when it comes time for me creating a link, I already have the item in mind. I have several other links if it's an older piece, or the direct link for that, because when I wrote it all down, it doesn't take much for me to search it or find it in my email and put it into that like little note that I created of the list of things that I've used. And then once you're done with your editing, getting the details figured out, then it is time to schedule. When is it going to be an effective time to post and share this, to connect with the audience, and to also build your audience as well? So, you know, by the end of December, I had did 31 outfits. I edited them all down. I had my links ready. And then I said, okay, what times a day am I going to do this? Like, this is a new world for me. TikTok is a new space that I want to grow in. I'm going to do it 9 a.m., 12 p.m., 6 p.m., 7 p.m. And I'm going to figure this out. I'm going to try different days of the week, different times and days of the week. And I'm going to see what hits the best. You know, when are people more receptive? What kinds of things are they receptive to? And I think when you schedule things out, you plan it, you automate it, so when it comes down to the day that you're going to share this with the world, you're on point. You already know what you're going to share, and you're ready to answer any questions that might come along with it. You're able to maybe fix it real quick if there's something that you didn't realize you skipped, or you need to add some words to the caption box, whatever the case may be. At least you have the content there to roll it all out. So, you know, it really, like I said, it's not about me having all this time in the world to do it. You have to really prepare and thoroughly plan how you want to convey a story, or how you want to tell your story, you know. And even when it came to creating a new flow on my Instagram, I said to myself, I want to share my love for the wardrobe that I've curated thus far and make it look like a little fashion movie, you know. And I had this concept, and I hit up my friend Shamel Mason, who is my videographer friend, and Troy Madison, who is my still photographer friend here in New York City. And I said, I have these concepts, I want to do this, and I think, you know, if we can get it done by this time, you know, what is that going to take? When are you available? When can we get together? What else do I need for the shoot? How much are you going to charge me for those edits, you know? And then just planning those outfits, planning where, what parts of the city, what time, you know. And sometimes it takes, like I'm doing TikTok the way that I set up with the 31 looks this month, and I'm realizing I actually have to do a lot more video several different concepts, and I actually have to do it a little bit more in time, like in the same time frame that I'm actually putting it out in. TikTok is super raw, and I'm learning that, whereas Instagram, I could do it a little bit more in advance, so I really, like, it's a little bit more curated the way that I want it to look and the way that my audience really enjoys it too, you know. And it's not to be like I'm being super perfecting, but the reality is I run 3 different businesses. I'm only one person. I have to make the time to create a space where I'm sharing with my online community something that I really care about, something that I feel like they like and they care about too and want to know more about. So I have to do things a little bit more in advance and automate it, so I'm able to touch base on everything else in real time. And there's a lot of times where I do make video in real time. Literally, this is coming out today, Friday. I did this Thursday, the 20, what day is it? The 26th at 4:44. Angel numbers, don't you love that? But yeah, more in real time, closer to the date. But I thought about this concept like weeks ago, and I'm already prepared in my mind to have this conversation with the camera, but with y'all for real, because y'all won't be watching. And okay, I'm getting awkward. Anyway, but, you know, just, you have to make sure that you have the idea, the concept with a deadline. You have to make sure that you have the research. What is it going to take to get it done? Do you have the resources, the funds to get it done? Then, you know, making sure that you have all your resources together, you know, that you're not missing anything. And then planning it. Where are you going to do it? When are you going to do it? whom do you need with you to get it done, if you need anybody. Doing it, actually just doing it. Once you have everything, you have the framework, there's no reason why you can't just do it. Just do it. I think, and I don't mean to come across aggressive in that particular space, but it's like, I find that I held back so much myself in the last couple of, like, I could have been doing this. I could have been doing this very long ago, and I don't want to regret anything. But if I would have just did the framework for myself and sounded out everyone else and just did it, just even with my little pinky toe, just tap my toe into the water and just put it out with my eyes closed and see how it lands, it would have, my life would have been very different at this point. So if you feel like, oh, I don't know, I just can't, stop. Get out your way, because you're annoying and you need to get out your own way. Get out of your own way. Create the framework, do it, pull the trigger, and don't even look back. Don't second guess it. Even if you don't like it, you know how many YouTubers and creators out here actually will admit to you, sometimes I don't even like what I'm about to put out. I hate it. But they put it out and it lands every single time. Every single time. Don't doubt yourself, okay? So when it comes to doing it, you're doing the things. Edit it, make sure it's proper, aligned with your message, what you want to convey, and then schedule it. When do you think it's going to land right? When do you think it's going to hit right? What are the right times for you and your audience to communicate with each other? And then you have your content rolling out. So, and it takes some trial and error. Like I said, working with Shamel, my videographer, last time, I think we shot together at the very end of December, and it was like the middle of the week, and there was nobody outside, and it was cool, whatever, but we had to make sure his car was parked safely. And, you know, I didn't mind covering the fee for that. Like, listen, that comes with the job, you know, transportation, people, making sure people are fed and comfortable doing their job. Like, that's, as a creator, like, I'm taking care of that. But I wanted to not think about it and worry about it so much. So I said, let's try a Sunday morning. How early can you make it? And we shot in me packing 8 o'clock in the morning for 2 hours straight. Got multiple outfits and beautiful work done. You'll see it soon. It'll be rolling out next month. But we realized, yo, early in the morning on the weekend is clutch, because no one's outside in New York City. Like, we could just do whatever. We could park wherever. We can have our cars in the middle of the street and just watch that shit. And I can change in my car. You know what I mean? Oh, Carlos's car, excuse me. I stole it and I changed in that car. But anyway, you have to try it. You have to see what works, see what fits, and then do it again. Now, next month, I'm going to be doing the preparation I'm doing for February is the last week of January. I ain't doing that shit next month. I'm doing it middle of February for March, because you're learning through the spaces. But the reality is, I have a concept of what I want to do every month this year, and what I want to attain, and the people that I want to reach, and the relationships that I want to build on. So even though I might change the time frames of when I actually do this type of work, the concept is solid. The resources that I need and understanding what I need for those things, it's solid. The framework is there. So listen, I appreciate you. I hope you enjoyed my spiel and that you learned something from it. And this was a talkie, wasn't it? I hope you realized that and like did some stuff around your house while you listen, because yeah, this isn't really a show and tell situation. This is a talkie. But thank you for joining me. Don't forget to subscribe, do all the good things, tell your friends about me. Let's build up this community even more. Let me know what your thoughts are. If you have any questions, comment below. I'll see y'all on Tuesday. Y'all have a blessed weekend. Bye.